Well, happy Sunday, happy Mother's Day. It is a pleasure to get to be here with you. My name is Kay, and I try to set aside time every Sunday to give us some space to do some spiritual work together, some meditation. My apologies for being a couple minutes late tonight. I was at the park with my dog, and it just took a little bit to get back. So, Mother's Day. For some, it's a very joyful day. For some, it's a very challenging day. Our mothers, love them or hate them, or a combination of many different feelings, for many of us hold a very central role in our lives. Whether our mothers were there for us or whether our mothers were absent, whether our mothers were good caregivers or whether they had more of a struggle. Our moms are very central to our sense of identity, either by their presence or by their absence, by their successes or by their shortcomings. And so today on Mother's Day, we're expected to celebrate all things moms. But for many of us, that isn't straightforward. I know there have been periods in my life where my relationship, not only with my mother, but with mother figures, have been straightforward, simple, easier to just digest. For me, this isn't one of those years. For me, I have been reflecting on the fact that pretty much all of my mother figures in my life, these women who held me and loved me and supported me, are gone. And the sense of abandonment I feel from them, the sense of frustrations I have with my own mother, and the feelings of not being supported or loved in a way that feels unconditional. And so this Mother's Day in particular has been resonant for me as feeling one that has felt a little, we'll go with lackluster. I am a big believer, however, that regardless of what has ever happened to us, everything that has occurred in our life is an opportunity for us to heal, to grow, and become more evolved souls. So if we can connect with the feelings of forgiveness, if we can connect with the feelings of love for our moms and our mother figures, whether or not they're deserving of it, right? That's the key. I don't give you love because you did a good job. I give you love because you are deserving of it. And this is true for all beings everywhere. Every being is entitled to love, respect, dignity, and kindness. And so it's our job to work through our barriers that prevent us from offering that without stipulations. To just say, I love you. So tonight's practice, hopefully this will help you connect with your moms, with the Divine Mother, with the women in your life who have had some role in your caregiving and helping you mature, and hopefully help you find a little more peace, forgiveness, and equanimity in regards to them. So thank you for taking time out of your evening to be here. It's a pleasure. Let's begin. You can find a comfortable way of sitting, either on the ground, cross-legged, kneeling, sitting in a chair, lying down. Please do whatever feels best for you. And we're going to start with just some simple breath observation. I'm going to recommend you start by placing your hands on your abdomen so you can feel what's going on with your breath. If you want to close your eyes, you may. If you'd rather take a soft focus, you may as well. Amen, Richard. Amen. Notice how your belly's moving. Invite the belly to release, to expand. On the breath in, opening. On the breath out, closing. And with any meditation practice, we just start by being where we are. No expectations of perfection, No need to be different. Just allow yourself to accept where and what and how you are. So notice if even this opening conversation about motherhood has already brought up some feelings for you. If so, just sit with them. Be present with them. Notice any physical sensations in your body. It's a complex and nuanced idea to hold. To say both, I am deserving of unconditional love from my mother figures. I am deserving of being loved no matter what I do or who I am or how I behave. I am deserving of it because I exist. And then also at the same time to hold, and my mother disappointed me. Because no matter how good our mothers are or try to be, they are still going to disappoint us. Sometimes that disappointment is huge, sometimes it's smaller. So how do we reconcile with both being deserving of unconditional love, support, and reckoning with the fact that we didn't get it? See if you can invite your breath to expand a little more, to slow down, to go a little deeper. And see if you can feel like you're breathing all the way down into your hips. The job of a mom is a very difficult one. There's so many things they're expected to do and to be, often with so little things. But the most important job of a mom, of a parent, is to love unconditionally. To say, no matter who you are, what you do, what you become, what choices you make that I may or may not agree with, I will always love you. Unconditional love is an often challenging thing for us humans. Unconditional love is a difficult thing for us humans, for many of us, because so often we experience in all of our relationships the love that feels conditional, that feels, I will love you if you do this, I will care for you if you are a good boy, if you do what I ask you to do. We don't see a lot of demonstrations of, I will just always love you, no matter what. And so even though this is the ideal of what we strive for, in our relationships with our moms, we many times won't get it. And that's okay. It is what it is. And for many of us in the LGBTQ community, sometimes that rejection is felt very strong. The feeling of who you are is not worthy of love. Who you're becoming is unlovable. If only you would make different choices, I would love you. If only you could behave the way I wanted, then you'd have my love and support. Sounds a lot also like the language used by parents who struggle with addiction. Many of us grew up in homes that had parents or mother figures who struggled with addiction, mental health issues. So often those are interwoven as well. So have you wrangled with the disappointment you've felt with your mother not being all the things you needed, where you deserved better, where you deserved to have somebody to be your cheerleader no matter what, and didn't get it? Have you sat with that? Have you allowed yourself to feel the sorrow of that? Many of us try to block out the pain, to block out the discomfort, to not really wrangle with it. So allow yourself to feel it. Allow yourself to go there so we can begin to heal it, so we begin to work through it. We're going to talk a little bit more about how we do that in the role of the mother, but before we do, I want to take a brief moment in our meditation to work with some mantra, to work with connecting with the Divine Mother, the Primordial Mother, the Cosmic Mother, who is capable of unconditional love, who is able to give us what we need in the way that we need it. So I'm going to do some chanting with my drum and do a chant for Mother Durga, the Mother Goddess. For many years in my sadhana, my spiritual practice, Durga felt like a very present force in my life, and lately, not as much. My work has shifted more to be focusing on the Divine Masculine, but she always held a very special place in my life. Interestingly, during those years, I had a lot of mom figures in my world, a lot of female mentors, family members, loved ones, and pretty much all of those have fallen away, so it's interesting that as my connections to mothers on this realm has diminished, so too as my focus on worshiping and practicing with the Divine Mother. But let's invoke her today. Let's see what happens. Jaya Jagadambe Ma Durga, 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 Jaya Jagadambe Ma Durga. Hey Ma Durga, 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 hey Ma Durga. Jaya Jagadambe Ma Durga, 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 hey 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 Ma Durga. Jaya Jagadambe Ma Durga, 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 hey 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 Ma Durga. Jaya Jagadambe Ma Durga, Jaya Jagadambe Ma Durga, Jaya Jagadambe Ma Durga, Jaya Jagadambe Ma Durga, hey 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 Ma Durga. Jaya Jagadambe Ma Durga, 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 hey 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 Ma Durga. Jaya Jagadambe Ma Durga, Jaya Jagadambe Ma Durga, Jaya Jagadambe Ma Durga, Jaya Jagadambe Ma Durga, hey 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 Ma ma Durga, hey 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 ma Jaya Jagadambe ma Durga, 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 hey 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 ma Jaya Jagadambe ma Durga, 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 Jaya Jagadambe ma Durga. So before we started that chant, we were reflecting on the idea of allowing yourself to feel the uncomfortable feelings of disappointment with your mother. You're very welcome. And as I was doing that chant, the feelings that came up for me were, hey, Ma Durga, hey Mother, Divine Mother, why have you abandoned me? Why have you forsaken me? Why have all of these mothers in my life abandoned me or disappointed me? Whether it was my grandmother, who's gone now and passed on, and I still very much feel a connection with, but is no longer here, or my mother-in-law, who flat out hates me, or the two women that ran both the ashram I lived in and then the main ashram, who one is borderline personality disorder, the other one, I don't know, an egomaniac at the very least, but ended up being very, very cruel to my godmother as a child, who has turned into a mean, mean old woman who hates everyone. To my struggles with my own mother, who lately my relationship with her has felt very conditional, felt very much like I can only really love you if you behave in the ways that I accept. And those aren't the ways I choose to live. And feeling so bereft of a loving, compassionate mother. A feeling that many of my relationships with women in the recent years has fallen away, that I've been connecting more and more with men, where when I was younger, almost all my friendships were with women, and hardly any now. And so this feeling of bereftness from the Divine Mother, this feeling of, why have you forsaken me? Why have you led me to this place where I feel that I'm without a mom? And I should be clear, I'm very grateful that, growing up I did have a strong mother presence in my life. And many are not as blessed. But that doesn't mean, regardless of what's going on for you, that you don't feel complicated feelings about your mother or your mother figures. So it's okay to cry out and say, why? Why can I not have this loving, nourishing, beautiful, all-encompassing relationship? And to sit with that frustration. Those feelings are valid. Those feelings have a space. One of the goals of spiritual work is to hold very complex and often opposing ideas simultaneously. So on one hand, we're allowing ourselves to grieve, to express our disappointment. On the other hand, we need to connect with gratitude for what we've been given. Where have we seen moments with our own mother or a mother surrogate where we have felt unequivocally loved, when we've been treated with deep kindness, with respect? Take a moment in your mind, bring forth at least a few moments where maybe just some woman or female energy, feminine energy person made you feel cherished, loved, adored, cared for. Maybe it was a teacher, a friend, an aunt, an uncle. Especially us gay men, we can be really great mother figures as well. I've definitely joked with my husband that if we ever do have kids, I'll definitely be the mom in the relationship. Where are those moments of kindness? And so we're going to do another chant. And this time as we do this chant, I want you to approach it with a sense of thank you. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the blessings you've given me. And I'm going to celebrate the positive. I'm going to celebrate the good times, even while I'm fully holding the frustrations and the disappointment. So can we do both? Totally, Richard. Totally. Part of the reason I like connecting with the Divine Mother, the Sacred Mother, is that she can be all these things, and that she can be a source of love and unconditional love. And those things that we really do want to celebrate. Om Mata, Om Kali, Durga Devi Namo Namaha. 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 Shakti Kundalini, Jagarambe Mata. Shakti Kundalini, Jagarambe Mata. Shakti Kundalini, Jagarambe Mata. Shakti Kundalini, Jagarambe Mata. Om Mata, Om Kali, Durga Devi Namo Namaha. 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 Shakti Kundalini, Jagarambe Mata. Shakti Kundalini, Jagarambe Mata. Shakti Kundalini, Jagarambe Mata. Shakti Kundalini, Jagarambe Mata. All for gratitude, all for the love you've gotten. Send it back and say thank you. Thank you, moms. Thank you for the love you've given me, the kindness. Even if it only came in brief flashes, thank you. Jaya Jagadambe Ma Durga, 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 Jaya Jaya Jagadambe Ma Durga, Jaya Jagadambe Ma Durga, Jaya Jagadambe Ma Durga, Hey 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 Ma Durga. Om Mata, Om Kali, Durga Devi Namo Namaha. 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 Shakti Kundalini, Jagarambe Mata. Shakti Kundalini, Jagarambe Mata. Shakti Kundalini, Jagarambe Mata. Shakti Kundalini, Jagarambe Mata. Om Mata, Om Kali, Durga Devi Namo Namaha. 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 Shakti Kundalini, Jagarambe Mata. Shakti Kundalini, Jagarambe Mata. Shakti Kundalini, Jagarambe Mata. Shakti Kundalini, Jagarambe Mata. Om Mata, Om Kali, Durga Devi Namo Namaha. 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 Shakti Kundalini, Jagarambe Mata. Shakti Kundalini, Jagarambe Mata. Shakti Kundalini, Jagarambe Mata. Shakti Kundalini, Jagarambe Mata. Om Mata, Om Kali, Durga Devi Namo Namaha. Om Mata, Om Kali, Durga Devi Namo Namaha. Om Rim Shri Dum Durgaye 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 Namaha. Om Can we feel a celebration? Can we feel a sense of offering thanks? Can we hold both the bitter and the sweet? Can we say, yes, I have these feelings, but I'm also going to dance with ecstasy. I'm also going to say thank you. I'm going to cherish these feelings of love, these feelings of unconditional acceptance. And I'm going to highlight those beautiful moments in my life that I recall, where I felt that way from my mother figures, where I've felt that way from the goddess. And so we celebrate even as we mourn. We dance even as we cry. And we hold the complexity of life experience within us. And ultimately we move into a space of forgiveness. We move into a space that says, we are all human beings. We are all struggling and working through our own stuff. And I wish everybody had a perfectly healed and well and enlightened mother, but almost none of us do. And so I forgive my mom, I forgive my mother figures for where they've fallen short. Because I know they tried. I know there were efforts made, some bigger than others. But we're all working through our own healing journey, some more consciously than others, some more actively than others, but I forgive them. I forgive all of my mother figures, that they weren't everything I needed, that they weren't better. And I still say thank you and send you love for what good you did bring. Celebrate what I did receive. And then also open up to something more. To say, as I grow wiser and older and more understanding of myself, to say, I don't want to settle for conditional love. I don't want to settle for a mother relationship that feels so small in comparison to what I know is possible. And I ask the universe that the next time I welcome a mother into my life, that it fulfills a deeper part of me, that she or they or he nourishes me in a profound way. You know, in some odd way, probably the most powerful mother figure in my life right now is probably my husband. Even though I think of him as a very masculine person, the way he cares for me and holds me and cuddles me is so sweet and tender and really represents unconditional love. You know, that is a place where I can say, I celebrate the mother goddess and what she's brought into my life. It's not a traditional looking sort of mom, but, you know, to feel nourished in that way, I'm so grateful for. It's a challenging road that we have to walk to celebrate even when there's disappointment, to hold these people in our hearts with love and gratitude, even if their final moments with us were heartbreaking. Part of me wishes I could have offered you a very simple Mother's Day meditation of just like, love your moms, aren't they great? But that's not where I'm at right now. It's not where I think a lot of people are at right now. So hopefully this is helpful. Because this is the state I want to get to with everybody in my life. Is I forgive you for anything that has not lived up to what I hoped it would be. And I express love and gratitude for you. Even if you hurt me. And sometimes that hurt is very deep. Om Namah Shivaya. I bow to the God within you, within all of us. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya Namah Om. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya Namah Om. Let us end this meditation today by setting the intention for ourselves that though we will fail, we will continue to strive to represent that unconditional love, that unconditional acceptance, that kindness in the world that the primordial mother figure represents. That we treat each person that we meet as a beloved other. That we approach each person with kindness, dignity, love, and respect. And to truly hold a space that everyone is worthy of love and respect, regardless of what they do. And this is the space I wish to hold, and I invite you to join me. Thank you so much for your time, your heart, your energy. I hope this was helpful for you tonight. I know holidays like this can be complicated for a lot of people. If you enjoyed it, please leave a comment. Oh, my pleasure, Richard. Please leave a comment. Share it with somebody you might think might enjoy it. My new book is out this week. Please check it out if you're interested. I Dreamt a Flight, a gay fantasy novel. There's definitely a mother figure in the book, so you can take a look later in the book. You'll know who she is. I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Please share them with me if you do check it out. And if ever you have a special request for a live meditation topic or for an edited video, don't hesitate to reach out. Or if you ever want to do one-on-one coaching, that's what I do most of the week. But thank you for your time. Thank you for your heart. It is a sincere pleasure to be here and to serve you and connect with you. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week. Namaste. So much love and blessings to you all.